Well, good afternoon, good evening, and good morning. We thought we'd switch up the order of that great phrase that we all seem to use. Welcome to everybody that is joining us for this Forex Auto Trading webinar. I'm delighted to be joined today by Michael Faust, the man who is wholly responsible for giving us sleepless nights with excitement. Hi, Michael.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome from Thailand.
How you doing?
Good, beautiful day here. I was just talking to someone in Toronto where it was minus 15, and I was just saying, well, here it's about 25, and I'm enjoying it.
That's not so bad, is it? Let's make sure everybody just lets us know where they're tuning in from. Hello to Terence and Melody's here. Good to see you here. Lance Anderson, who was on our call earlier on this morning on the our morning open door or question time. So great to see you back here again, Lance. Lance is heading up most of the information collection for our team over in Utah. Sherry's here from Queensland. Sherry and I were talking last night. She told me, Michael, that she's not getting any sleep at the moment because she's so excited. So that seems to be the general theme. Barry is here. Hi, Barry from Dayton in Ohio. Ken's here. Welcome, Ken. Good to see you on the call. Wendy Dayton from Denver. Hi, Wendy. Anthony McGirt, not sure where you're from, Anthony, but it's great to see so many of you tuning in. Please remember that this is going to be a recorded call. The link will automatically be sent out to you within 2 hours of this start time, so it will be available for you to take that and use it to your advantage. Make sure you copy it, maybe just paste a little email together and send it out to anybody that you think maybe after seeing some of this information today that you could help other people with. I'm delighted that Michael and I have been working very closely together in trying to make sure that we've got all the information and the answers for you in the right place. And the real aim for today is primarily to drill down through the compensation plan and make sure that everybody, by the time they've either finished this live call or watched the recording, is absolutely clear at how you need to approach the business from the beginning and how you then leverage the 4 revenue streams of commissions and take full advantage of what is in front of you. Anything you feel that you want to add to that, Michael?
Yeah, look, today is a really, really important session, and I would just, we're going to emphasize the things that you must do if you're going to earn income at all, and some of the actual strategies to make sure that you maximize earning potential. And I assume that you're on this call to find out how to get the best out of this business. So our outcome we want to achieve is to make sure you don't leave this call without knowing exactly what to do next.
And let me add the caveat, which I'll do, which is maybe the only negative you'll hear from us today, which is that if you do this in the wrong way, the consequences are disastrous. And I don't mean that in any inflated way. You're going to see why, that if you get it wrong from the outset, the impact it has on your account is quite significant. But let's get into the numbers and the comp plan. Do you want to bring that up, Michael? And what we'll do is we'll go through the 4 revenues that you can generate. Now, please, before we do that, let's just make sure that we emphasize that for anybody that is here that is not planning on sharing this with other people, then of course you can do this completely passively. This is probably the first time I've seen at any stage some auto trading software that actually does what it says. It allows you to trade the Forex market completely on autopilot. When you go to sleep, it's still working for you. It runs 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. And the results that everybody are getting, and you know, if ever we were going to find something that was broken or wasn't working, it would have been this week, as our team has come flooding in. And everybody is posting back great results. I had somebody on our live call this morning. I've been trading for around 32 hours. I've made $35. At that rate, I'm going to make over $750 this month with one Hamilton. Everybody is getting similar results. So from that point of view, we have no concerns about that. But what we do want to make sure is that you understand what is in front of you as far as the compensation plan and how easy it's going to be for you to leverage it to your advantage.
Okay.
All right, let's get rolling. I'm going to get straight into some of the key slides. Now, we're going to read a disclaimer because we're talking about financial products. Your actual commissions and residuals will vary dependent on your work ethic, hours spent on customer acquisition, and the quality of the customers you bring to the Silverstar Live model. Now, the key phrase you'll hear a lot of is that customers get 3 and free programs. So 3 customers, get your 3 and yours is free. Michael, why don't you give us an explanation of that and tell us what that actually means?
Yeah, well, the way I market this is I ask people when they start, and I say, once they see the benefits and they're set up and they're immediately seeing trades come in, and I say, do you know of at least 3 people who would like to do what you're just doing right now? 3 people that could do with an extra $400 to $700 a month. And particularly when I explain the 5-month plan of how we take that initial outlay and turn 1 Hamilton into potentially 8 Hamiltons and a Benjamin all out of the same money. And now they've got a full-time income and a growing compounding nest egg. They can't help themselves. And I say, do you know 3 people who would really like that idea of taking $750 and turning it into approximately $4,000 a month and a 4,000 nest egg growing? Of course they say yes. And I say, okay, let's do that. The 3 and it's free means basically that as a customer, if you've bought the software and you have 3 personal referrals who also have software, then your $145 license fees for your initial license are gone. Now you'll be earning enough to cover that each month. Now, if you add the affiliate pack, it's no different. You still get the extra 3 and it's free. So the 3 and it's free is whether you're an affiliate or a customer. So it's important to note here that just because somebody has 3 doesn't mean they actually need to be an affiliate. Because maybe that's all they want to do is just get their 3 and it's free. So I say to people, it's only worth actually paying the $15 for the leadership pack and upgrading to an affiliate if you intend to do more than that. If you intend to enroll more than 3 people, if you intend to build a referral network, if you just want to basically refer 3 and help 3 of your friends, and so your license fees are gone, then just actually remain a customer.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really good point to emphasize because we've had all sorts of people this week asking us, well, can I do my $15 first and do it the other way around? And the answer to that is you can, but you're going to see very clearly why you shouldn't. As Michael said, if your first 3 are coming in, you don't need to be an affiliate right from the start because you are actually sacrificing one of the revenue streams off of those first 3 people, but you're doing that to ensure that you get the benefits further down the line. And the benefits further down the line way exceed any initial revenue that you could get from those first 3 customers. So please, for anybody that has some sort of misunderstanding of what we've been talking about for the last week or so, and you believe that you understand the compensation plan, please get it into your mind that you need, first of all, to come in and be a customer for $199, irrespective of which software you choose. Secondly, you want to go and share it with 3 others as swiftly as you can. Swiftly simply because then you're in a position to become an affiliate and leverage everybody below you. But you do that in your own time. But get 3 in as soon as you can. They are personal referrals before you even think about becoming an affiliate.
And let me emphasize why, okay? And we'll cover this a bit further in the presentation, but I think it's really important. One of the key questions as network marketers that we ask is this company legal and compliant? We don't want to have an experience where we go and put our reputation on the line, we go and build a referral network, and then find that the FTC or SEC looks at this and goes, there's a problem. Okay, so one of the things the FTC did with Vima, it was a court case a number of years back, and Vima was a very big network marketing company. After that court case, they put out an actual ruling in a sense, and it's not really enforced that much, but it can be enforced, where they said to actually be compliant with the FTC, you need to show that your database of customers and affiliates, that your percentage of customers in your MLM has more than 55% retail customers. If you do that, you got no problems, and that you shouldn't be allowed to earn any earnings unless you are maintaining 55% or more of customers. Now, the reality is 99.9% of network marketing companies out there probably don't meet that criteria, which means that they are always going to have to actually defend themselves if the FTC decides to look at them at any stage. So what Silverstar Live said is, we'll just be compliant. from day one. Let's remove that risk factor completely out of the equation. So when people ask, is this company doing everything to be compliant? That should give you a lot of confidence that they made an actual decision from day one to meet a compliance requirement that 99% of companies say we'll deal with that if it happens. We'll deal with it when it happens. Well, to be honest, once the regulator's looking at you, then it's just a case of lawyers and you're getting all the bad press. So I would rather not have that. So I was really impressed they did that. So basically, you need to maintain a 55% or greater customer ratio. Now, we're maintaining ourselves about 73 to 88% from day one of customers in an organization. And the reason is because everybody comes in as a customer, and we tell them, you do not, it's not an option, do not upgrade to affiliate until you have your 3 customers in place. That will maintain a 70% or more. Because if you don't maintain 55%, you get no income. Even if you had a 100,000 person organization, even if you were qualified for $1 million a month income, you would lose all of that for that month or that week if you were not having 55% or more customers in each of your 3 teams. So I can't emphasize that any stronger than that. Why would you blow your chance to earn all the commissions because you won't follow a simple strategy of don't upgrade to affiliate until you've got 3 customers? Don't be short-sighted and say, but I want to pick up the $40 first order bonus on my $199s on my first 3 people. Don't be that short-sighted that $120 is going to put you at risk of the rest of your income. I don't know how much more clear I can make that.
Yeah, and let me emphasize, and you'll see the numbers. I will drop into an account that you can see how close this starts to get if things go slightly wrong. You imagine looking down and seeing that you've got 200 people below you, that your lane 1, 2, and 3 lanes are all nice and level. We'll look at that in a second. And that you're entitled, or would have been entitled, to a very substantial weekly payout. Unfortunately, you're not going to get it. And the reason you're not going to get it is that one of your lanes out of the 3 are below 55% customer ratio. That means you get nothing. So if you start out the wrong way, it is going to duplicate, and you are going to suddenly look at your account and realize what you could have had, but you can't have because people have been coming in the wrong fashion. And the company have made it very clear that if we're not compliant individually, then of course they're not compliant. Why do they want to put this business at risk? So the whole compensation plan is focused around that 55 to 45%.
And the great thing about this product is, as I just said about the 5-month plan, is that people can actually create a full-time income and a growing wealth fund, never referring a soul. Of course, what are they going to do when they're seeing the results? They're going to start networking. But if you understand this, that the potential for retail sales in this is huge, really is.
So on screen it says, what is an affiliate? We've kind of touched that. An affiliate is someone who would like to start earning commissions on their customer referrals. In other words, once you've joined yourself on page 199, once you've referred 3 people that would like to do the same, then the next stage is you become an affiliate because you would like to generate commissions from the 4 revenue streams that exist for the commissions. Now, we've covered that. We know what you need to do. You need to obviously make sure that you're a customer. You've got your 3, and then away you go. You pay $15, and that gets you your affiliate kit. It's named. It's the only product that's in your back office when you go through to services to purchase. That is $15. You buy that when you've got your 3.
And one thing here, this is also about compliance. One of the other things that the FTC and it looks at is, did somebody clearly want to become an affiliate? Because we worked with a guy called Leon Lowe out of Johannesburg in South Africa. He's regarded as one of the top network marketing lawyers in the world. In fact, the US government contracted him a number of times. And when we owned companies, we actually consulted with him for our own compliance. And he said, you just need to satisfy 3 fundamental rules. Can I participate in the business and not have to buy the product? Yes, you can actually be an apprentice if you want to and do that. That's from a legal compliance point of view, Silverstar has done that. But can I use the product without being forced to do the business? Yes, we can do that. We can just be a customer and enjoy the benefits. Or can I do both? As long as you satisfy those 3 things, you're okay from a compliance point of view. So by people paying $15, it's demonstrating to the FTC that you have actively chosen to become an affiliate. It's not just something that's given to you automatically when you join a company. And that's how 99% of companies work. You register with them, and they automatically give you everything to do with building a business, whether you're a customer or not. This clearly defines customers and clearly defines who the affiliates are. So if they ever get an audit from the FTC or any other regulating body, they can show, look, this percentage of our database, less than 45%, chose to pay $15 a month for the privilege of being an affiliate. So again, we always ask, are companies compliant? So, people say, oh, but I got to pay $15 a month. Well, what do you want? Do you want a company that will never have a compliance issue? Or do you want a company that's always going to be looking over its shoulder, waiting in case something happens?
Yeah, and it's so important. And I'm going to show you exactly why you need to be going away from today, looking at your lanes, looking at your percentages, and ensuring they're right. And if they're not right, do something about it to rectify it. So there are four revenue streams to earn as an affiliate. You've chosen, just to recap, you've chosen to be a customer to use the product. You've gone out and you've found your 3 people that would like to do the same. You've now decided that you think you can find more than 3 people and you'd like to benefit from the compensation plan. So you're going to register as an affiliate. And on that basis, you're entitled to a first order bonus, a 3x9 matrix, weekly residual ranks, and that's the one you want to pay very close attention to, and an infinity generational bonus. So let's take a look closely at first of all, the first order bonus. First order bonus is $40. It's a one-time payment for your 4th person onwards. So the first 3 you've bought in, you haven't joined as an affiliate yet. Once the 3 are in position and paid, you become an affiliate, you recommend the 4th, and on the 4th one, you're going to receive $40. That's calculated on the Friday following that person joining. And it is based per customer sale. So one customer comes in, purchases their software license for $199, you would receive $40 of that.
I just want to clarify one thing here too. There is a 7-day money-back guarantee with our product, which is great. It means people can come in and they could trial the product for a week. They could get a demo account. Excuse me. They could buy the software. They could get a demo account with the broker. They could trial it for a week and decide, not for me, and get a refund. So the $40 first order bonus is paid 7 days in the week, 7 days after they've made a purchase. So if I make a purchase right now today on a Thursday, they wait 7 days. If the person doesn't ask for a refund, then the $40 is paid in that pay week. Does that make sense? So as Lee said, if I purchase the license now this week, I wouldn't get my $40 in this current pay week. I'd get it the following week because they've got to let that 7-day window expire.
And it's a great thing to have. It's like a 7-day cooling off period that, it really is as good. You've got 7 days money back guarantee. If you're not happy with what you see, then you're simply going to request to have your money returned to you. It's a real nice confidence factor that you can talk to prospects about. There is a 3x9 matrix. That simply means you earn $3 for every active person, retail customer, or affiliate paying the $145 per month for their software subscription in your personal matrix. That doesn't mean to say that that's people that you have personally put in. It means every active person that is below you that is paying the $145 monthly subscription. Now, are people going to leave? The question is, well, of course they're not going to leave if they're making money. And we're all seeing at the moment that everybody is making money. There is nobody that is losing money with this software. So everybody's going to continue to pay their $145. Therefore, it's extremely important for you to be aware of what is going on below you. Each personally sponsored person opens up a new level of your matrix. In other words, as you bring Joan in and position her in your matrix, then she's going to have 3 positions underneath her, and it will continue to flow in that way. Now, this is what the matrix looks like. You have 3 people directly underneath you. That's a 3x9. In other words, there's 3 people, 9 levels deep. So underneath you are 3. If there are 3 people in place, you'd get $9. Providing, again, let me recap, they are all customers or affiliates that have paid their $145 license. As long as they're paying the $145, They count, and you get paid whether you bought them in there or not, whether your upline have bought them in or even your downline have been putting them in. And so on, it runs down each level. Levels 4, as you can run down, you've got 4 personally sponsored and so on. You've got to open up each level by sponsoring an additional person. So for example, you bring in 3 people personally, which you're going to do as soon as you've paid yourself the 3 people are in, and obviously you are instantly qualified for those 3 people giving you $9. You then recommend your 4th person. That unlocks level 2. Level 2 is unlocked, and providing it's filled, there are up to 9 people on level 2, you would receive $27. 3 times 9 is 27 for level 2, and 9 on level 1. You add the 2 together. You would refer a 5th person, and level 3 opens up. There are 27 people will be, when it's full, on level 3, and that would pay you $81. And so you continue to refer people right the way down to level 9. And really, your focus number here should be that if I got 11 direct referrals over time that I have personally sponsored, I have opened up all 9 levels of my business, and look at the total numbers on each level that you could be paid when that matrix is full.
And there's a powerful thing here is that in this compensation plan, there's something called dynamic compression. So funnily, when it's looking at paying commissions, the commission system looks upline and says, okay, who's qualified for the first $3 out of this license? And it says, okay, is this person qualified for level 1? Do they have 3 personally enrolled? Yes, they do. Okay, let's pay them. Okay, the next person above them, are they qualified for $3? No, because they're not qualified to pay 2 levels. In other words, they don't have 4 people personally enrolled. So they would skip them and look up for the next person who is qualified. So potentially, I tell people, work very aggressively to get your 11 people in, because now you're qualified for all the levels. But with a dynamic compression, you could actually be paid on much deeper than 9 levels. You could be paid on 20, 30, 50, 100 levels because of the actual compression, because the system is always looking to pay to the people who are qualified. The other thing to take into note here is we keep emphasizing about 3 and it's free. Well, until you have 3, you don't unlock the matrix. Until you have 3, you don't unlock the next income we're going to talk about. So that's why I keep saying to people, don't worry about being an affiliate until you've got 3. If you can't find 3, the rest of the comp plan is not going to open up to you anyway. So find 3, and then if you still want to keep building, then become the affiliate. But the actual dynamic compression, this is very powerful. You can get paid a lot more than your 9 levels.
And believe it or not, this is the smallest part of the compensation plan. So we haven't got to the good bit yet, but what you should be hearing from Michael and myself is if you don't get your 3 personals, what you're watching here in front of you is irrelevant.
Okay. I mean, it's what I teach people. If you go for 3 and it's free, okay. So in other words, it's not about you finding 3 so you can get rid of your fee. It's really about, how can I help 3 people get a good outcome with the software? If you duplicated that, so you help those 3 do the same. Okay. So if you did 3 and 9, once people have effectively got, and you might go 1 more level, but once people have got sort of 1 or 2 levels below them, they're reasonably self-sufficient. Then you go find another 3 and duplicate again. Now you've got 6. Go and do that 1 more time. Now you've got 9. Do that 1 more time, and then you've got 12. You always want a spare tire to go. If you're going on a long road trip, you want a spare tire. So I reckon you should always aim for 12, because the odds are that you might have someone who drops out. I was talking to Derek, one of the young guys who run with Market Hackers, who put together the Market Hackers group, who's our ultimate upline. He's the highest earning person in the company. And he said their retention rate is over 90%. Now they've been involved since, I think, May or June last year. 90% retention rate with this. But 90%, not 100%. So you want to have a spare tire. So 3 and it's free, get them set up and help them do 3 and free as well. Then find another 3, help them duplicate. Find another 3, another 3. So you got 12 all up, have a spare tire.
And remember, the matrix is growing. Don't panic and think, I need all 9, 11.
Correct.
It's growing as you're growing. So maybe there's nobody on level 6 at the moment underneath you, or 5 or 7. So you're not under pressure to find them immediately. You've just got to get your 3, and then look for 3 more, as Michael said. And gradually, if you do that right from the outset, you're going to end up with 11 people, and everything in this compensation plan is there for you.
And what we're emphasizing here is, if you want to earn the most amount of money, we're just simply sharing with you what you need to do. I mean, if you're going to start any business, nobody comes in to say, show me how to earn the least amount of money. We want to show you how to make the most amount of money. Whether you get there or not is a different thing, but at least you know that 11 people personally enrolled is how you maximize the matrix.
Now, if that wasn't exciting enough, let's talk about the weekly residual rank. Now, as it says here, we will pay out a weekly residual income once you achieve the various ranks at Silverstar Live. As long as you maintain your rank each week, you get paid for whatever rank you have maintained. But you must maintain each week to receive the bonus payout. Now, if you haven't listened to anything Michael and I have said so far, please remember, you need 3 personal referrals for this to even apply.
Correct.
Now, providing that's the case and you then become an affiliate, let's go through the numbers. So you can see here the first rank on the left, whether you memorize these or not, the comp plan is in your back office. You can click on it and go through it. It's right at the bottom on the left-hand side. The first rank is Icon 150. And what that simply means is the 150 is not a spurious number. We'll connect the dots for you. That means that you're going to receive $150 in that month. If you look at the weekly residuals, that's $37.50 times 4 equals 150. That's where the rank number or name has come from. Okay. So initially, all you've got to do to qualify for that first line of payment is what, Michael?
You need to have 3 personally enrolled customers, and you place 1 in each of your 3 teams. The system will automatically do that for you anyway. It'll place somebody. Excuse me.
Done a lot of talking today, as always.
Been doing too much talking lately. It's been non-stop. It's good. It's exciting. So you bring in 3 personal referrals, and the system will place. You need to have 1 personal referral in each of your 3 teams to unlock the weekly residuals. Once you've done that, then you just build the numbers. And these numbers in here are comprising of your personally enrolled, who your downline is introducing, and also any spillover from the upline above you, who are obviously trying to find places to position their people as well. So this is the total cumulative people in each of your 3 teams. And I said in a matrix, you have basically 3 teams. And Lee, I introduced Lee at the very start. I knew what he could do. He was busy doing other things, but I knew that once he got this, he'd get it. And I think Lee's pretty appreciative that he locked in a position on the front line.
He puts that so nicely. He knew I was busy. He didn't leave me alone for about 5 days. But no, the truth is I'm very grateful that my eyes were open to what's in front of me. And sometimes you need a push and a shove. And we'd looked at this, a couple. But let me also join the dots here. Remember we said 3 and it's free? For those of you who think, well, how do this company pay all this out? 3 and it's free. Well, multiply $37.50 times 4. That's your first payment, weekly residual times 4. We know that comes to 150. How much is your software license? 145. There is your 3 and it's free. You are getting back the money from Icon 150 for the first 3 people that you've bought in, and your subscription is free. Let's move on. So next, you've got to look at the second level. You've already achieved 150 because you've bought 3 people in. Now, you want to see that there are 12 people below you, not 12 people that you've bought in. You want to see 12 people that either you've bought in, that you and your upline have bought in, or you, your upline and downline have put in below you. Now, if that's the case, the next qualification is that you must have, look at far right-hand side, you must have 4 in lane 1, 4 in lane 2, and 4 in lane 3. If that is the case, you are now at $150 per week. Weekly residual payment. Uphold the new payment processor paid to you every single week. Remember, you may have just bought your 3 personals in, and those other 9 have been put in by your team members. We've got plenty of team members that have experienced that already. Don't rely on that. Go to work. Get your 11 people, because that's going to help not only you open up that matrix and get all those $3 payments right the way down the 9 levels and beyond, but it's also going to help your team because you're placing your 11 people underneath others, helping people that you've just bought in. Remember, you bought 3 in. You're placing those other 9 that you're going to get directly underneath them. I've seen your question flash up, Dylan, so we will come back to that. But now you can see that not only do you need 12 under you, and the reason it has to be balanced is you could have your left leg going berserk and you've got 2 or 3 people in there that are putting loads of people in, and lane 1 is filling quickly. You've got to keep it balanced. Now, you don't control other people putting it in, but you do control where you place your people. So you can look in your back office every day. You'll have a holding tank where your new customer number 4, customer number 5 onwards sits and waits for you to position them. All you do is look at your lanes 1, 2, and 3 and decide where you need to add them to keep yourself as balanced as possible. Any thoughts on that, Michael?
No, doing good. Let's keep going.
Okay, so it rolls on down. You suddenly look down and there's 35 people below you, but look at the right-hand column. You need 10 in the left, 10 in the middle, 15 on the right. That's $375 a week. We've just had one of our team members that hit that. They've brought 5 people in. The reason they've hit it is because there are 30 other people that have been put in by team members below them. So they've achieved those figures. They've hit the icon 1,500. They've only brought 5 people in, and they've now been being paid $1,500 a month, every single month, as long as there are 35 people that are paying their license fee month in, month out, and that the lanes are in accordance with what it states, 10, 10, and 15. And so it can down the line.
So think about this. I mean, what would it take for the average person who's got a job to get a $1,500 a month pay rise? For the what extra skills, knowledge, move the way up the corporate ladder, whatever they do to do that. And you can do this with basically 35 people who don't even have to be your people personally enrolled. In fact, even to achieve a $600 pay rise a month for most people is a big ask. So this is a very, very lucrative plan. This is only one of the 4 commissions.
And even in dollars, guys, that's, convert that to pounds, British pounds, that's a mortgage payment. That is your mortgage paid. And you may have only brought in 5, 6, 7 people, but as long as there's 35 people, are those 6, 7 people putting more people in? I know there are so many of you that are excited at the moment. Do you think anybody else's response is going to be any different to how you feel sitting here today? The answer to that is no. Everybody feels exactly the same. So what are they going to do?
I was reading an article yesterday about Canada. They were saying that something like 54 or 56% of people in Canada are $200 away from actually having to go bankrupt. 54% of people, $200 a month away from getting into a crisis. So think about that you can hit an icon 600 with 12 people in your organization, only 3 personally enrolled, and all of a sudden 54% of the one country's population are in a better place.
Yeah, that's a staggering figure. It really is. And what I can tell you is that everybody's thoughts, that everybody makes up their own mind. We're not preaching anything. We're simply showing what is here, and people are trying it. People that don't understand Forex, they're getting turned on. They're making profit. We're not even talking about trading profit here, making money. We're talking about the compensation plan. And even people that don't normally share this with other people, I know for a fact are doing exactly that because they're helping their family members. We've done that. We want to help the brother and sister-in-law and the kids and so on. So it's very, very easy for this to explode. And there will be, I promise you, faithfully, there will be thousands of people in our downline, Michael, myself, down. And when we say it's time sensitive, you need to use that to your advantage. You need to explain to somebody that might be looking at this to come in and get started today, because do they want all of these new people coming in below them, paying them these weekly residual figures? or do they want to actually be doing it the other way around, where they are feeding them? So the quicker they can get in, the quicker they can pay their $199, the quicker they can find their 3 and become an affiliate. This all opens up for them all initially. So it is,
we see people in 1 week who are hitting Icon 150, Icon 600, Icon 1500, even Icon 3000 in a week. So think about that. That somebody in a week of coming in, typically, if they get busy, they can earn. They're earning between $150 and $1,500 a month of passive residual income.
Absolutely. So just understand, let's recap quickly what we've got. We've talked about the direct bonus from your 4th customer onwards. You are an affiliate because you've obviously paid for your license. You've bought 3 in. You've paid your affiliate $15. Now from your 4th person onwards, you're entitled to $40 per person that comes in. That gets paid to you. We've shown you the matrix, $3 for every person that is below you that is maintaining their software license, providing you've bought your 3 in, you're entitled to that. The weekly residuals, you can see, providing your lane 1, lane 2, lane 3 are balanced in accordance with the numbers on the right-hand side, you are entitled to that. How excited are you going to be when this really starts to get traction, when we've got more than 200, 300 people as we have at the moment, and we've got 2,000, 3,000, 2,000 to 3,000 people at $3 a person below you? Do the maths. I mean,
this is one of the only businesses where you can actually be a legend. Although Lee says he's already there, so that's.
I am already there. Yeah.
and the old saying, who wants to be a millionaire? Well, you can be a millionaire with this monthly. I mean, $250,000 a week is a top residual income, and to be honest, I believe that will be achieved this year by people in this company. I have no doubt that's an achievable outcome. This company is really, I'm exploding. I think they doubled their numbers just in the last month.
Yeah, and why would it not? Everybody understands what we have in front of us. Everybody understands that we've been looking for this sort of software for nearly 6 years in order to find something that works, and everybody is telling us that it works. This is, it's almost like the holy grail of trading software. And of course, you're going to share it with other people because finally we've got something that works. And of course, the rest takes care of itself. You've just got to get your 3 and become an affiliate, and the pot starts to fill. So I think we're fairly clear on where we're at the moment as far as the compensation plans, etc. are concerned. As it says here, monthly, even though the amounts are shown in monthly values, you are paid weekly. For example, an Icon 600 would earn $150 per week. So great cash flow for you. You're not waiting till the end of the month. And whatever that is, a Mogaloo would earn $25,000 per week.
A Mogul 100.
Oh, a Mogul 100. There you go. I should put my glasses on. A Mogul 100. That makes much more sense to me now. But remember, as long as you maintain, I think we should keep Mogaloo. I prefer that. Remember, as long as you maintain your rank each week, you get paid for whatever rank you have maintained. And as Michael said, there's a 90% retention rate. People aren't leaving. Why would they leave when they're making money? So, most businesses you're building, if you're getting into products and lotions and potions, people are falling off as fast as they're coming in. So you have this massive attrition rate, which constantly affects your numbers. All you've got to make sure here is that you're keeping your lanes balanced.
Yeah, and one thing to note here too is that if you achieve, for example, Icon 600 this week, they start paying you at that rank the following week. Okay, so whatever you get paid in this current week is what you were the previous week. So if you hit Icon 150 this week, you get paid that the following week on the next week. Okay, just important. It's actually 7 days in arrears.
And the thing that we've touched on but maybe haven't said it is what greater thrill is there to work with a team? I work every day as Michael does with our team. We start our day off with an early morning call from me, middle of the afternoon for many Anns on the call and many others that join us each day. And we've always banged the drum and preached that we want everybody to achieve the same benefit. Well, here it comes to fruition because my hard work helps everybody else. I place people underneath you and it helps. We all do the same. It is a real team build
It's really exciting. I was talking to somebody this morning in Canada, and I said, "Do you realize that he's just getting ready to get going?" He put me on a call with a few of his friends who are looking to join, and I said, "You realize already you've already got a team in Tahiti, in Finland, in England, and another country." He had 4 countries underneath him, and he went, "Really?" It's like, it's exciting because my efforts are helping other people. Lee's efforts are helping other people. Your efforts will help other people. So it's really a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Rank up requirements. Do you want to run through these, Michael?
This is just a reinforcement of what you basically need to do. So effectively, this is the number of people on the left, what you need to how many people with a Silverstar live account. Although that may change. I won't say anything now, but we've given some recommendations which we were told are being accepted. And if you're excited now, if they go ahead with everything we recommended, boy, you won't sleep at all for the next few months. But this is just basically an actual summary again. I think we need to sort of reiterate this.
Okay, that's fine. We can move through.
Here's the customer ratio rule, just again to reinforce that you need to have 55% or more customers in each of your 3 lanes. So you don't get, if you miss one and one's at 54, do you get your 2/3? No, you don't get anything.
Michael, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop in and try and share my screen right this moment because I think this is crucial for everybody to understand how this can go wrong.
Sure.
So hopefully you'll be able to see. Let me know when you can see my back office of Silverstar.
Yep. That's it.
You can see that okay?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So what we're talking about here is that everybody has 3 lanes. Okay, so let's take that as you at the top. Okay, and you have 3 lanes underneath you, 1 to the left, 1 to the right, 1 to the center, and 1 to the right. Lane 1, 2, and 3. Now, when you're looking in your back office and you want your stats, the stats that count towards your totals for these compensation plans are the SSL numbers and the customer numbers. Okay, so you're adding 33 and 19 together. Okay, and even my maths tells me that that's 52. All right.
Yeah, and basically what is an SSL? An SSL is somebody who's purchased the software and also upgraded to an affiliate. So they are a Silverstar leader. So whereas a customer is somebody who's just got the software. And the apprentices are simply showing the stats of who has bought the leadership pack. So for example, in Lee's lane 3, he's got 10 SSLs. That's because that's 10 people who got a software and also bought the affiliate pack. And that means there are 10 people who also are apprentices, basically.
Okay. So that gives you an idea of the figures. Now, you're not going to see that very often where they all balance. That is such a rarity because I'm not controlling my own lanes. People above me are putting people in whenever they feel like it, wherever they want to put them. It's extremely unusual to find those lanes balanced like that. I try and rebalance it every day with new people coming in, but it goes out of balance as soon as I've balanced it. So don't worry about that because as long as you're above the next rank, my next target here is 100 in each lane running across. But the area of concern is when you start to get down to these numbers here. 81% on the right comply, 81% of people are customers. They've bought the product, okay? In the middle, we've got 71% have bought the product, but on the left, we're at 63%, okay? Now, there's an issue here, and the issue is, remember what we said, to remain compliant, you've got to have a 55% to 45% customer beneficial. So in favor of the customers, 55% of your downline must be customers. Otherwise, you're not going to get paid. So if for some reason this figure here starts to dip to 55%, okay, and let's say, for example, or below 55%, I simply won't get paid my weekly residual. Now, I could have spent hours and hours and hours, as I have, building a business to get paid my weekly residuals and receive absolutely nothing. Now,
and the reason that 63% is probably there is because some people have been a little bit overly excited about the affiliate option and probably upgraded to got their affiliate license before they found their 3. That would
Well,
be
that's why you can see it right here. It's staring you right in front of you. For those of you that are looking, we've got 30 apprentices in here, way too many in relation to the total number on the left leg. And I am now going to go back and have a one-to-one training with every single person down my left side to re-educate them as to what they're doing wrong, because there's absolutely no point doing all the hard work and allowing all your team members to do the hard work for you when this starts to happen. Because if you go below 55% in any one of those, this lot, you can forget.
And the thing is, if you follow the simple model, folks, you'll never have a problem, because you'll always have a ratio of 2 to 3 customers to every one person who's up as the affiliate kit. So you'll always maintain a 70% or higher. And it's just people not wanting to follow the rules. It's that short-sightedness of, oh no, I'll just upgrade and be an affiliate so I can get every dollar I possibly can. Well, that's just a short-sighted approach, and it'll end up coming back to bite you in the you know what.
So yeah, that's it. That's quite simple. You understand now the reasons why it's so important to bring 3 people in to start with. Most importantly, you join yourself first. You get the software. Whilst you're setting all the software up and going through the step-by-step guides that we've done, you find your 3. There is plenty of social proof out there for you to know that it's working. Please don't sit there and think, well, I can't talk to anybody about it until my software's up and running. I understand that you want confidence, but you can use your upline. You can ask him for the results or her for the results. You can use the social proof of the 4,000 people trading at the moment that are all getting the same results. Nobody is not making money with this software at the moment. So don't sit there and wait until you're connected. We know that some of the setup assistance is snowed under because there are so many people wanting to come in at the moment. But in the meantime, you want to be getting your 3 in. You can understand, hopefully now today, why it's so important to do that.
I can tell you too, our upline and even ourselves are thinking about, well, in the process of setting up additional services where there'll be people who will be able to help with setup. You'll pay a fee for that, but basically there'll be qualified, good, educated people who know how to do the setup really well and can walk you through the entire process. I mean, I know people, many of my team has just walked through the simple steps of marketacres.info and be able to set up properly. Just one other commission is in here is a generational bonus. I don't want to labor this, but basically when you get to the silver, gold, and legend levels, which is the top 3 ranks, there's an additional override that happens through the matrix. And what all this means is that apart from the $3 you're making, you're now getting a 2% on the sale additional, all the way down till it finds someone of that equal rank. So if you had a silver person, if you reach silver, it looks all the way down until it finds another silver. If there's no silvers, it'll just pay the override through your entire organization. And then when you get to gold, there's another 2%. So that means 4% now until it finds the next gold. When you get to legend, it's another 2%. So you've got a total of 6% working for you all the way down. So if you've got no legends in your team and you're the only one, you can see what's going to happen. These overrides on a big organization can be very substantial. So for those who are the big leaders looking at the big picture, there is also some very good residual income here as well.
One thing I'd like to mention in response to comments that Cynthia and Anne are putting in the chat and so on is a conversation that I had with Michael's business partner, Chris. Maybe you'd like to give a bit of background on Chris, just briefly, Michael, on his background and his expertise and obviously his thoughts when he first looked at Silverstar.
Look, we had a talk with the owners, and Chris, his licensed fund manager, he actually ran funds that had millions of dollars in them that people were investing in, and he was contracting traders. He helps to actually structure people offshore, all legally and done correctly, to protect their intellectual property, their assets, to protect their business interests. He looks after a lot of high wealth individuals over the years. He's a very conservative person, very private person, and he understands how to structure. And when we had a call with the owners, he said, how have you actually structured the intellectual property, the ownership of your software, the how to protect your company, how to protect the owners individually, how to protect the members? And we've consulted to many companies over the last 5 years. And He said after that call, it was the first time in 5 years of talking to company owners that somebody actually understood how to structure their corporate or organizational structures for, as far as compliance, legally, and to protect intellectual property. Because the reality is, stuff happens. The regulatory market and environment is changing all the time, and you've got to protect yourself. And most companies typically get into trouble because they don't understand the stuff. So we were pretty impressed that these guys had a very good handle. That the actual law firm that they're working with out of Florida gave them a lot of this advice. Obviously, they've got some very good advice coming in, and that law firm also, the majority of their lawyers used to work in the SEC and work in the FTC. So they're not just lawyers who are actually giving their point of view about those authorities. They actually worked for them, so they know how they think, and that's why they just made a decision. We're going to structure everything that we do to protect ourselves and make sure we are compliant. Same as the SEC, this company is not trading for you. They're not giving you signals. They're not giving you financial advice. They're selling you a software. They're a software company. That's all they are. They're selling you software. It's your broker account. The money's in your account. You're in complete control of your money 100% of the time. That's a big thing. When people get that, because in the crypto market, people have spent all their time the last 2 years handing their BTC to somebody else to do the right thing with their BTC, and it hasn't been a very positive experience for a lot of people. So one of the things people really like about this is when you open up your account with the broker, and you often need to emphasize this a few times because the light doesn't go off for some people's heads until you do say it a few times, that your independent broker account is your broker account and you're in control of that. The SSL does not have any access to your funds. They're just selling you a software that trades with the funds in your broker account, but you are control. You can stop that and pull out your capital and your profits anytime you want.
Yeah, it's very important to emphasize that and understand. And, when you get it in fiat as well, Michael and I have talked about this week, that you're being paid now in fiat. And it works extremely well in conjunction with crypto because you're not having to cash out your crypto at a time inevitably when the market is down. You can sit, you can hodl it, you can have it traded for you, but you don't need to cash it out while it's low because you've got fiat currency, dollars here being generated for you that you're in complete control of, as Michael has said. Dennis has mentioned about, it would be great if obviously people weren't allowed to become an affiliate until they got 3. You can't do that, Dennis, because that in itself would be non-compliant. The reason that there is an option there is that you've got to allow people to come in to participate in the business without forcing them to be a customer. That's one of the key stipulations of the FTC. So it has to be there for everybody to have that option, but you need to educate people that that is not the way to do it successfully. Okay, I think we've covered most of what we wanted to cover today. We're coming up to almost the hour mark. There are a few questions, bits and pieces in here, which I haven't scrolled back down through. Is there anything else you want to touch on, Michael, while I have a look at questions?
Look, I think we've done a great job today. It's basically the key thing is if you just follow the advice as we've laid it out and break this. I always like to break this down to building blocks. It's like actually building a house. You got to get the bricks and you build it brick by brick. So focus on helping people. Ask for that question. Do you know 3 people who would like to achieve some monthly passive income from this software? That's it. So rather than saying, I've got to find 3 people so I don't have to spend any more money. That's the wrong mindset. And people will pick up on that when you're communicating because it looks like they're only a means to your end. But if you change the approach and say, who are 3 people who I really know would get this? Who are 3 people that would like to build a full-time income just from $750 in 5 months without talking to a soul? Because they will talk to people once they see the software working. So if you just work on the building block of 3 people, and then you help those 3 do exactly the same. So you make sure you help all of your people that you personally introduce get their 3 as well, and just teach them to duplicate that. This plan will by default work for you, and it'll work very well. And the numbers that you need to get to earn the level of income that you get is I've never seen anything like it. I can, it's really really fires me up to see people who are, as I said, in their first week hitting ranks of icon 600 and 1500, making that per month passively from their first month out. But what's more exciting is people just saying, it's like they're getting the MT4 app on their phone and they're becoming addicts. So someone my sponsor Hayden put a post about there's Alcoholics Anonymous, and it's like another actually support group of people looking at their phones all the time, because you get that way. You're looking at your MT4 app all day long and just seeing all these trades happening and seeing your balance going up and up and up. And it's like people become addicts looking at their phone. But it's exciting because people are saying, "What are you looking at?" And I go, "Well, I'm just looking at my phone's making me money." Oh, how does that work?
So and you know what? We haven't even talked about the profitability of the software, and we all know what it's doing. It is really the perfect circle, and I don't think there's really many times I've been in a position to say that. We have a company here that's legally compliant, that's built their whole model around enforcing compliance, because if you don't remain compliant, you're not going to get paid. You then have software that is working, that is highly profitable, which you can see all the social proof of prior to you getting started. You get started yourself, as Michael's just said, you can't stop looking at your phone, watching the trades coming in. You get up in the morning, how do they get on? You're carrying your phone and watching it. And this runs on, and we have a simple step process, which we'll deal with on another call, that shows you how you buy one license, and through 4 to 5 months, you generate a $4,000 residual income using the software. That is your trading profits. Now, if you're doing that and everybody else that you're showing is getting the same results, this compensation plan that we've just looked at takes care of itself, bar one thing. And that one thing is that you must bring in and help to understand, to educate, and to empower 3 people who could benefit from your knowledge and benefit financially from the results that you're getting in their life, and get them started. And at that point, I just want to finish with the recap, which is you get started yourself for $199. From there, you share with 3 people who come in as customers. Then you log into your back office and you purchase the apprentice kit for $15, and you are now an affiliate, and your back office changes instantly to a completely new look. You then can take your link, your customer link, your referral link, and give it to as many people as you wish to, safe in the knowledge that your business is building in the right way, and you're going to tell them to repeat what you have just done.
Lee, probably one thing that makes sure people maybe want to share your screen quickly and go to website addresses and just show people what link they should be giving out. Just so
I can do that for sure. Yeah.
So quickly, the thing I want to emphasize too, it's not just 3 and it's free. You don't earn the matrix until you have 3 enrolled. You don't get qualified for the weekly residuals until you have 3 enrolled. So my point is, you don't need to worry about the commission plan anyway until you have 3. So that's another thing to think about. There's no point being an affiliate until you have 3 people enrolled. And you do get notified by email if somebody has actually registered with your account, because people often ask, well, how do I know my people have enrolled? To be honest, if you're building a relationship, if I'm working with somebody new, I tell them the minute, I walk through the registration process with them. I make sure as soon as you've registered, let me know. Let's get you set up. People say, well, how do I know they've joined? Well, obviously you don't care enough about them to follow them up and make sure that they are doing everything correctly. Take responsibility to make sure people get a positive experience from the very get-go.
Your website address is where you go to. You can see right up here, hopefully you can see my screen on the top left. It says website addresses. You simply click that, and that will take you into your back office, of which you have a series of links. It's the customer link that you want to be using, the top one right here at the top. You simply copy that and give that to anybody. They click that and they will then come in and join you. The other one that you want to look at is when you're ready, when you are ready, and when you have got your 3 people. Let me emphasize, not before. Once you have got your 3 people joined and you know for a fact that they have paid and they have joined, you go to purchase services right here. Now, if I go in there, you won't see my apprentice kit because I've already purchased it. It's not available for me. But when you go in there, there will be a $15 apprentice kit sitting over here, probably somewhere on the right-hand side like that, with $15 down here as a total. And you will buy that, click on that, and instantly you're going to see this whole website here completely change. You'll have holding tanks and matrix, and you can suddenly start looking down and see what's going on below you. But please, again, do not do that until you have 3 personal referrals. Do you think we've made that clear, Michael?
We have. Yeah. And Dylan, just to answer your question, basically you need to fund your broker account with some money, and it's recommended $500 because the software's got to trade. It's got to buy and sell currency. If you have no money in your broker account, it's got no money to buy and sell. So that the trading is simply buying and selling these currencies, USD versus USD and AUD versus USD. So the whole point is you set up your broker account, you fund it, and allow the software to trade those funds in your broker account. And $500.
Yeah, the answer to that, Dylan, on your question, does there have to be 500 in the brokerage account before you become an apprentice? The answer to that is no, but you must have your 3 customers. So 3 customers
Correct.
come in, you then become the apprentice. You don't have to fund your trading account and start trading at that point. You can start to share it with other people and get the $40 bonuses, which would help you then put money in your trading account. You don't have to tie the 2 together, but the 2 bits that you have to tie together, I know I've said it 10 times, but it's 3 people come in, then you buy the apprentice license and share with others.
Yeah.
That's all we've got today. We're here, as always, to help you with whatever you need, but please make sure that you take the copy of this recording, you get it out to people that you know have already come in, your team members, make sure that they are building the business. Remember, if they're building it the wrong way, you get 0. So it's in your interest to ensure that they've seen this and that they understand how to do this correctly.
Well, more importantly, if you don't teach them correctly, they're going to end up with a bad result, and you don't want them coming back to you and saying, "Oh, I didn't get paid this week." Well, if you follow what I told you, you wouldn't have a problem. So just, you've got to be a bit tough. People will try and, sweet talk you into, well, I want to get it earlier, and I'm very firm. I just say no. I mean, end of the day, there's their choice, but I just say, I can't train, coach, and mentor people who won't listen to good advice. So basically, this is what we do as a team. Thanks to everyone. Thanks, Lee. It's been our pleasure to be with you today. We look forward to the next session.
Thank you. And anybody who's in my lane 1, watch out. I'm coming for you. See you soon, guys.
Big 6 coming out. Take care, guys. See you.
Cheers.